My name's Dave Mercer. I'm going to be your MC here today. We're joined by Hank Weldon, our tournament director, and every single championship Sunday, no matter where we are in the country, my wish and hope is just it's going to be close. And guess what? It is going to be a very, very close tournament.
Oh, yeah, we definitely got to race. These guys figured this fishery out. You know, they got 3 days of practice, starting on Monday, one off day on Thursday, and then we dropped the green flag on Friday. Friday was a little tough, but the one thing I noticed is these guys started dialing it in, and we saw that yesterday. That race tightened up, and they really went for it today. And, again, same as yesterday, every fish that was brought in passed the gatekeeper. So we're going to weigh in every fish that you guys saw counted towards their bag. So by just that one little detail, we know it's going to get very interesting.
Hank, this event, the first time we've done this event in Georgetown, South Carolina, and I would say from watching live and everything, it's been an incredible success.
Yeah, you know, I think the slot's been challenging. Like we said, you know, they can only bring in a max of 23 inches, and you saw a lot of heartbreaks, but so many fish are being caught. It was a great show. I mean, there's constant action. They were battling tides, and, yeah, look at this. I mean, this is awesome. Georgetown, South Carolina, you guys rock. I hate that none of your football teams won yesterday, but you guys definitely are going to be a winner today.
Why? I mean, I got to try and make them cheer, and you're going to piss them off before we even start, Hank. All right, if you've watched the Bassmaster weigh-in, you know I always say I'm the world's least likely cheerleader. They won't give me pom-poms, but they give me a slimy fish towel. When I spin this round, I need you to get really, really loud. Georgetown, let me hear you. This is being streamed all around the world on Bassmaster.com. It was on FS1 on Saturday and Sunday. One more time. Are you ready? Let's get ready to weigh up. Our very first team is a Redfish team from Texas. Get loud for Gary Moreno and Tony Viator. All of these teams have battled to be here. They are the best of their circuit. So regardless of how this tournament works out, these guys need to be commended. A great, great achievement to qualify for this event. One fish here today, 2 pounds and 9 ounces. And they worked real hard for this fish, ladies and gentlemen. Let's celebrate these great anglers. Gary Moreno and Tony Viator. No, good. 2 pounds and 9 ounces, and obviously that's not going to let you win this tournament, but, man, it had to feel good to put that fish in the boat.
I probably have never been so pleased to put a 2 and 3 pound redfish in the boat. It was a tough tournament for us. We started off with the right ideals, and they just didn't come through, but it is what it is. I learned a lot about this fishery. It's a good fishery. There's lots of fish. We just couldn't catch the right fish to put them in at the right time. So, you know, we'll hopefully qualify next year, come back and do it again and do a little bit better.
Love to have you back here. Gary, it's great to have you here. And as I said, all of you have qualified to be here. I'm walking over here to talk to you, and you went over to the other side. Okay, well, let's go on over here.
I'm too short.
All right. You're like an under redfish. I'd be an over, just in case you're wondering. If you had another shot here, what would you do different?
You know, I don't think I would do anything different. We found a lot of fish pre-fishing. We were really, really successful. We executed our game plan to the T. We couldn't get bit right. We saw a lot of fish, a lot of refusals. You know, it's hard to say if I would change anything because I probably wouldn't. I'd stick with the same game plan, and I can't thank Yamaha Skeeter boats enough for putting on such a great event. Thank South Carolina, Georgetown. This is humbling to be here. I've never been to this side of the world, and I promise you I will come back. And I can't thank my sponsor enough, Mamba Boats, Jim, Jared Poole, and Waypoint Customs. Those guys are amazing. The boat performed flawlessly today. We had couple of big wakes and some big boats like to throw a lot of water. We tested it out, and I tell you what, it was just phenomenal.
A great tournament. It's great to have you at this tournament. I know it's not a great finish, but, man, congratulations for qualifying to be here. Look forward to seeing him back here in the future. We got another Redfish team next from the great state of Texas. Aaron Salazar and Ben Human. Well, 4 pounds 3 ounces yesterday, or going into today. 312 to add to that. They move into 8th place with 7 pounds 15 ounces. Seven pounds 15 ounces. Let's hear it for them. Aaron Salazar and Ben Human. Congratulations again for qualifying to be part of this event, and unfortunately not going to take the title this year, but being here, how bad do you want to get back?
I want to get back pretty bad. Again, we just kind of want to prove ourselves again, you know, trying to figure out fisheries and everything like that. So it's a very humbling place here. But we did our best, and we would do it all again. So and then I'd like to thank Ron Hoover Marine, obviously, for helping us out, getting everything going. Palmilla Beach Resorts B.A.S.S for helping us with travel arrangements, and Standard Mapping Cards for getting us some cards for a new area. So.
A great event to be part of. When you look at this lineup of anglers, man, you got to be commended to be part of it.
Absolutely. Every one of these guys is a hammer. We had engine problems all 3 days. It is what it is. We're definitely going to try to come back here again. We love figuring out these fisheries. This is, like he said, it's a humbling experience to be here. This place will humble you as well. We want to thank Ron Hoover, definitely, like he said, TFO, Smith Glasses, just a bunch of sponsors, South Texas Petroleum Motors, you know, a lot of people that help us get here. You know, it's not easy to get here either, you know, but yeah, we're definitely going to try to get back here again. Last time we didn't get Team of the Year, and we came back and we got Team of the Year for Power Pole, so we want to get Bassmaster champion on the next go around.
Go make it happen. We'll see you back here again in the future. A team from Florida, the Mullets, Jeff and Ken Mullet. Another Redfish team. Yeah, you were supposed to catch them Redfish today.
Sorry, I guess we missed that. We were looking at mullet all day long, like Eddie said. There's tons of mullet around here. I might go eat some tonight, by the way. Anybody got some fried mullet around here?
I'm sure they'll fry whatever you bring to them. I was going to ask you about your last name, Mullets. You know, back in the day, they said if the Carpenters, they were Carpenters. So where did the Mullet name come from?
It came from Switzerland in the 1700s. It's actually spelled M-O-L-L-E-T. And then my grandpa added a T, and when he came over here, like in, I think, early 1900s, he added another T. I think he hated the other family or something like that, and he wanted to be better than them, so he just added one more T. Yeah.
All right. It sounds like a great story. Talk to me about your week.
Obviously, it was a tough week. Our pre-fishing was awesome. We caught probably 15, 20 fish a day. And then, as the last guy said, Aaron and Ben, it humbled us in a hurry. Friday was a struggle. Yesterday, we caught a couple. Today, when we were running around, we went to our main spot. Somebody was sitting there. I think we're going to be those guys, from what I understand. You have some drone footage where our boat's sitting here, and about 100 yards behind us over here is a school of like 100, 150, which makes you feel really good when you hear that kind of stuff. But that's fishing. You know, you do what you do. You go to where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So that kind of sums up our week, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, a tough week fishing-wise, but being part of this field, I got to congratulate you both.
Also, I just want to say thank you to Jim Poole, Mamba Boats, Promar, Ahi USA, our main sponsors. They're always behind us, always supporting us, helping us out. Premier Tackle and Lakewood Ranch, if you're down in Sarasota, Bradenton area, check out my friend Jeremy Lee's tackle shop down there. It's one of the best in the area. Triggered Baits and my buddy Jake Hart and Hart Financial. He helped us out with this one too. So we appreciate everyone, and we appreciate you guys too, and Yamaha. Thank you.
We appreciate you guys being part of this event and hope to see you back here in the future. Next up, we have one of our hybrid teams, a former Redfish Cup champion and a former Bassmaster Open winner, Justin Atkins and Ryan Rickard. Ryan Rickard won the very first edition of this event in Port Aransas. 2 pounds, 6 ounces today gives him a total of 12 pounds and 5 ounces. He moves into 5th place currently. Obviously, you've been here several times to this event. I mean, the goal is always to get back here, but tell me about this time.
Wow, a loss of words, really. This is a super challenging fishery. I said it today on camera, I think, that just, man, you Georgetown Indians, or however you would say that, y'all got a really tough fishery, and it kicked our tail this week. But it was a really fun time. You know, sometimes I think that you're supposed to be places, even though always the goal is to win. Sometimes I feel like you're supposed to be places for other reasons, and meeting this guy, being on the boat with him, super great dude, unbelievable angler. And just to be a part of it with you guys as well. It's just always be fun. Great anglers here. Whoever wins this thing, you guys earned every bit of this place.
Well, it's always great to have you here. Justin, I know you were very, very excited to hold that redfish.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that since I caught him. And so I've been known to snow cone little largemouth sometimes. And that one fit the bill, so I knew how he was getting grabbed. But, no, it's been an awesome week. You know, I know Ryan's a little bit disappointed, but I'm not at all. This is an awesome experience. Thank you, Skeeter and Yamaha, for having me here. I run that Skeeter Yamaha all year on the Elites and everything else that I do throughout the year, and it never lets me down. It's awesome, and they're a great company for supporting us like they do. It's been a lot of fun. It was a really good learning experience for me, fishing tidal fisheries, and just we took what we were given every day and just tried to build on that knowledge. And I felt like we were always just a little bit behind. We'd learn something that wouldn't quite play with the tide the next day. And that's all right. It was a learning experience. It was really fun. I enjoyed spending the day or the whole week with Ryan. I hope that we get to do this again every year, and I hope that I get to be a part of it. But for now, we got a cold front coming tomorrow. The deer about to be moving, and my little boy Cooper is at home, and he's ready for me to come see him. So I'm going to start that way here shortly.
All right. Happy hunting. Always great to have you here. Next up, we have another one of our hybrid teams from the redfish world. Krista Miller fishing with Bassmaster Angler of the Year, Scott Canterbury. They had 10 pounds, 5 ounces yesterday. One fish to add to that here today. Four pounds even gives them 14 pounds and 5 ounces. They move into 5th place. £14 pounds, 5 ounces, sitting in 4th place. And tell me about your week, Scott. Kind of a whirlwind. You got back from Portugal and headed right down here to compete in this event. Tell me about your experience red fishing.
Yeah, it's been awesome, you know, and it's hard to think about it. A week ago today, actually, I was still fishing in Portugal for largemouth bass, and we won a gold medal for Team USA. It was awesome. But then flying over here, and, man, it's just been an awesome experience. Running that Skeeter bay boat all over the place, 300, but it's been great. The fishing is phenomenal. It's just hard to catch those slot fish. I'm telling you, it's really good. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Wish I would have got to here to practice the whole 3 days, and we learned a little bit every day. Today we caught more fish, and we had a few heartbreakers for sure, but we caught more fish, I think, today than we have. And it's been fun fishing with Krista. I tried to learn about red fishing, and I think we ended up doing more bass fishing, catching them that way than we did red fishing. Here it's just a little bit different. But it's been a blast, people, I promise you. And I see a bunch. We're going to hear what Krista's got to say. But I see a bunch of people with Yamaha hats. We got a few more we're going to give out, too.
Krista, before you make it rain Yamaha hats, this is your first time at this event. Tell me about your experience.
It is. Well, I can't go without thanking Joanne Bryant of Skeeter and Neil Wheaton of Yamaha for putting a woman on the stage this year. And it was, thank you. It's great to be one of the guys, and I hope that we see more of that in the coming, in the coming tournaments. It's been an honor to be on the stage, and thank you, Bassmaster, for that. It's a very humbling opportunity. I came here actually pretty confident that we were going to win. I don't go out and I catch redfish every day, so it's nothing for me. But I'm very appreciative of St. George Island and my home stretch now, because this one, it put me to the test.
It's humbling.
It was very humbling, but in a good way, because I like to teach. I like to teach everybody how to fish, so it reminded me of what it feels like for them. So I'll be a better teacher and a better coach after this.
Great learning experience. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks Yamaha Skeeter for putting this on. It's been a blast. Hopefully I can make it back to another one. We got a few Yamaha hats. Who wants one?
And that big fish I caught today, that was for my cousin Tim, who just got out of the hospital. It's a big fish for someone with a big heart.
All right. Thank you guys very much. Congratulations. Hope to see you back here again in the future. Another one of our hybrid teams coming up here. From Charleston, South Carolina, Ben Powers, fishing with former Bass Nation national champion Pat Schlopper. £11 8 to start the day today. They got 3 fish looking for 9 pounds 7 ounces to take the lead. 12 pounds 11 ounces with 24 pounds and 3 ounces. They move into the lead. Pat Schlopper and Ben Powers are leading this tournament with 24 pounds and 3 ounces. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get your cameras ready. 24 pounds and 3 ounces. 24-3, and wow, what a difference. What changed, Pat? Day number 1 was a tough one, but it seems like you guys figured some stuff out.
We definitely did. We were a little off on our timing for the tide in a particular area, and we honestly got there a little late yesterday too, but just happened to get 3. And then today we made sure to get there with plenty of time, and we got to whomping on them for about an hour. We had to have caught probably 30 fish, and those 3 keepers, probably 3 or 4 other ones that were just a hair over. So it was really fun. These fish are addictive. This is the first time I've ever actually fished for redfish, and I don't think I would ever fish for bass again if I had them where I lived. And I'm not just saying that. And I've caught 50-inch muskies. I've caught 6-pound smallmouth. I've caught giant northerns and 12-pound largemouth, and they don't compare to how these things fight. So I'm very thankful to be here. It was a blast. I'm glad Yamaha invited me. I've always dreamt of doing this, so hopefully I get to come do it again.
A lot of times after you have a big event on the Elite, you'll have 1 or 2 cold pops. What's the plan for tonight?
We hitting the road. I got to drive 20 hours. I'll probably drive 6, 7 tonight, and I got a lab pup at home I'm missing, and I miss my wife. And I'll only be home for 3 days, and I'm driving to Grand Lake to practice for the Bassmaster Classic, so I won't be home long.
So there's no partying tonight. Well, Ben, it's all up to you to party, and by the looks of your friends out here, I think they like to party.
Yeah, I'm in good hands in that aspect. But we had an awesome day. Pat and I really meshed together. We figured out how to catch them and kept on catching them. Unfortunately, every fish that came over the rail seemed to be a ½ inch to a ¼ inch short or over. But obviously, we were still having fun catching them, and teaching him the fishery was really neat and a great experience. He's an awesome fisherman, a great angler, and watching him catch on so fast was quite the treat. So, and then having him as a guide today when he caught his 2 fish was he was sitting there baiting my lures, hooking my rigs up, taking my fish off for me just to try and get me out there as fast as he could. And I'm usually the guide, so that was quite the treat on my end. And again, thanks to Yamaha and Skeeter for putting this on, having a platform that's 25 feet with a 300 on the back, and being able to perform against these guys is quite something to say about the platform. So
it's awesome to have you here, and the good news is you're not going anywhere because you guys are leading the tournament. So for the first time during this weigh-in, you guys are going to load our hot seats. Let's hear it for your tournament leaders. Oh, this next one is a scary, scary team. They are the reigning and defending Redfish Cup champions. Sorry, I got confused there. Let's start that again. You want to start that again? Let's just imagine I didn't screw up. They are the reigning and defending Yamaha Bassmaster Redfish Cup champions from Louisiana. Get loud for Eddie Adams and Sean O'Connell. 13 pounds and 15 ounces to start the day today. One fish to add to that. 4 pounds, 7 ounces. With 18 pounds, 6 ounces, they move into 5th place. They're going to hold this redfish up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Get your cameras ready. As I said, all of these anglers, an incredible job to qualify here, and they've been incredible champions this past year. This tournament, I mean, went pretty decent for you other than that first day. Couple dilemmas.
Yeah, we got a little shallow water the first day. Would have made a little difference in the scales, but you know, you learn. We haven't been here. This tide fisheries is totally different than what we have at home. I mean, we got a 1 foot tide. They got a 5, 6 foot tide, and it's every 6 hours. Ours is 12 hours, so it's a huge difference, man. You really a lot to learn in a couple of days.
A lot to learn, but, man, you guys won this event last year. You know how important this is, and now after you walk to the stage, I guess the quest to requalify, because you don't obviously get a bye back in like you did from last year. How bad you want to get back here, Sean?
Really bad. I mean, again, we had some unfortunate luck. Fish kind of disappeared on us today. We had some local anglers and kayaks over some stuff, but I don't think it made that big of a difference. The fish really just kind of vacated the area. Obviously, first day, that can happen to anybody here, especially not knowing, the waters as well as, we will next time if we ever make it back this direction, which I'd love to, because it's a beautiful area, Georgetown. This area is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, we're going to work hard to try and make it back for the next year, man, because, I mean, why not? It's a great thing. I got to thank B.A.S.S, Yamaha, Skeeter for putting on the event. I mean, it's just an unbelievable thing for a redfish angler to be able to get on this kind of a stage, fish with these anglers, and kind of do these things. I got to thank Batson Enterprise, Team Rain Shadow for the custom rods they do, Lithium Pros for the batteries to keep us out there that work flawless. I got to thank Jim Poole, Mamba Boats, Waypoint Customs. He's been just a great supporter for our Redfish Tour. He's at every tournament that he can be. He just takes really good care of us, and I can't thank you enough for coming out, making us look good, and running good. And, I got to just thank your staff as well. Those guys are always just top-notch, man. So thank you, guys. We're going to do our best to be here next year, and we're going to try to put it on them again.
Well, it's great to have you here, and I hope to see you back here next year. And we still have our tournament. Like, Cozy on the hot seat?
Yeah.
All right. It might get a little bit more uncomfortable, though, because next up is our day one leaders from the Redfish world. Dwayne Este and an Elite Series champion from Georgia, Drew Cook. $19 pounds, 6 ounces to start the day. They need 414 to take the lead. 2 fish, 9 pounds, 15 ounces with 29 pounds, 5 ounces. They are brand new leaders. With that, we say goodbye to Schlopper and Powers, but congratulations on a great tournament. And Drew, you are in the lead with just a couple more boats to go.
Yeah, we kind of stubbed our toe. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you can get them a little bit bigger than that, but that's about as close as you can get to perfect with this slot. They were 22 and 3/4 inches, and when we caught them both, we still had some time left, and I really thought we were going to be able to catch 2 more, but it just didn't happen. But it's been fun this week. Obviously, I got to thank Yamaha and Skeeter for inviting me to come do this. I've had a blast. This is my 2nd year doing it, and hopefully we can do it again next year. This is actually my 5th tournament here at Winyah Bay, first redfish tournament, but this is a freaking awesome crowd for a 10-boat redfish tournament that hopefully we'll be back here soon for a elite event. You know, we'll be able to bring the bass boats here and not have to run these big Yamahas, but we can run our Skeeter and Yamahas and just let her rip.
Sounds like a plan. Dwayne, you've been in this event multiple times now, and this one's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, it's going to be close. You know, we left some opportunities out there. I actually broke off on the same fish twice today. I mean, you know, and people say, how can you break off on a fish twice, right? So throw out there, set the hook, breaks off, right? Fish is in the grass with the cork standing up, right? We haul tail to him in the grass, right? I reach down there, grab the cork. I'm like, yeah, and I pick it up, and he breaks off again. Now, what's the chance of that, Merce? I mean, really, huh?
I'm more worried. Would that have been a legal catch? Okay, if you don't lose sight of the line. Okay, now.
And we never made another cast, right?
Okay, I'm not trying to get you DQ'd.
Here, come on, help me. Hey, it's the story, right?
It's a great story.
Great story, right? But we didn't land him, so, you know, it didn't matter if it counted or not, right? Because he didn't come in the boat. And I'm like, really? Twice on one fish? So, but Mercer, look at this crowd here. I mean, this is amazing, right? I mean, for the people to come out here and support, you know, a tournament, just any tournament, bass or redfish, this is phenomenal, you know, for all these people to come out here and support all of us and to support their town. They're supporting the town, right? So hats off to all of you guys out here, ladies, men, children. You know, that's what it's all about is this right here. And to every one of you people out here, take a kid fishing. If you ever want to be rewarded, take a kid fishing and watch the smiles on their face when they catch that fish. That's what fishing is all about. I mean, it's unbelievable. I got to fish with a young kid today, right here. He's 28. He kind of put it on me, you know. He kind of schooled me. So, but you know, it's a great time. Thanks for Yamaha. Thanks for Skeeter for putting this on. Thanks for you guys coming up with all this. But we have one thing, and I want to ask this crowd. We talked about this the other day, me and Drew. We would really love to see 2 days of red fishing, 1 day of bass fishing. And what a great place to do it right here, because then we can choose what 2 days we want to fish redfish. 1 day we fish bass where we can lean on their side, right, where we can see them in action. Because I kind of kicked his butt this whole weekend.
Well, no, you already told us he schooled you today. So I was going to tell you that if he schooled you on redfish, you imagine what that monster would do to you bass fishing?
No.
He would maul you.
Hey, I've been bass fishing for 40 years. He's only 28 years old.
Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen, your tournament leaders. They'll join the hot seat. Finn, you think they're going to win?
Hopefully.
All right. Finn wants them to win. I'd love to see it happen. Next up, we have a redfish team from Texas. Get loud for Travis Land and Jeremy Reeves. Had 19 pounds, 13 ounces to start the day today. They're looking for 9 pounds, 9 ounces. 4 fish here on Championship Sunday. Looking for 9, 15 pounds, 3 ounces with 35 pounds even. Travis Land and Jeremy Reeves are your brand new leaders.
He said, we still got the lead. I said, no, that's it.
35 pounds even. And we've got brand new leaders with just one team left to go. Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy Reeves and Travis Land. Come on over here, guys. One boat left to go, and this is going to be very, very close.
I'll tell you what, I've been watching Bassmaster since, I'm 39 years old. I've been watching this my whole life. Dream of mine to stand on this stage. Some great anglers in this field. Congrats to everybody that qualified and was able to fish this event. I can honestly say South Carolina has some of the nicest folks anywhere in the country. As soon as I pulled into the airport, you could just tell. Everybody's waving and smiling. Every boat on the water waves at you, wave back. I got tired of waving at boats coming back. But, man, I'm going to give it over to Travis because Travis was my captain this week. He drove the boat. We had a lot of bad luck pre-fishing. We blew out 2 tires, blew out a lower unit, motor broke down. But that Mercury somehow for 3 days got us there and back. But Travis is the reason all these fish hit the deck because he did his homework. He got us there and back, and he's a heck of an angler, and I'm proud to fish with him.
Well, it's fun to watch you, Travis. This isn't our first time seeing you at this event. Tell me about your week.
Man, I can't take all that kind of credit he just tried to give me. This guy's a stand-up dude. He earned his right to be here. We fished head-to-head against each other all year long. This is the first time we fished together. The team went well, and our pre-fishing was, like he said, a little challenging at times, but that's nothing new to me. I break stuff all the time. I mean, I just work through it. I don't even get mad anymore, We've got some great local friends here that helped us. I mean, Danny Payne, he's standing out there. He came and got us when we were broke down during practice. My boy Jamie Huff, one of the best cooks in Charleston. If y'all don't know him, that dude can cook. And Ronnie Pitts over there at the Wedge. We stayed at the Wedge Foundation, a beautiful place. And, we left it all out there. We did the best we could. You're fishing against some of the best guys from coast to coast and up to this side. And to reiterate what he said, man, I love this area. I mean, if I wasn't it's hard to pull a Texan out of Texas, but if there's anywhere I'd probably go, I'd come here, man. I love y'all's country. It's beautiful, beautiful marsh, beautiful people, and great food. And you've heard his name called several times, and I'm not going to walk off the stage. I've got other sponsors, but there's no man that goes above and beyond than that man right there for me, Jim Poole. And I've got to thank Yamaha I got to thank Yamaha and Skeeter for putting on this event. I'm actually a brand new Yamaha pro, so I'm happy to be a part of this team. So thank you guys. Thank you to my wife and family and everybody who made it possible for us to be here.
Well, it's going to be close. Whatever way it finishes, a great week. Load our hot seats, and we have one team left to go. We're going to bring them up here without any fish. They are your Day 2 leaders from Florida, Fred Myers and Cody Shivas. We didn't bring up your fish because we just want to give you an opportunity because in a minute it's about to go crazy for one of you guys, and we want to give you an opportunity to thank your sponsors. I don't want to talk to you about fishing or anything, but it seems like it was pretty good because you seem pretty nervous.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Man, I got to thank Power Pole. We stayed down. They joke with me all the time about being Power Pole down, but this is no kidding. We stayed Power Pole down for about 30 minutes and caught about 15 to 20 fish back to back. You can see it on camera. And then that Power Pole trolling motor is second to none. I mean, that thing toted us around all day, especially when it got shallow. And I got to thank Lithium Pros, B.A.S.S Assassin, Millennium Marine, and I know I'm missing a few. Cody's got plenty.
First, I want to thank my wife. She's got our 1.5-year-old son, Austin. They're watching right now. He's probably said Dada for every team that's walked up here, but Dada's up here now. And, she's my biggest sponsor to let me come do this with a 1.5-year-old. I want to thank Yamaha. We weren't running a Yamaha today, but for them to step up, Skeeter, to put this event on for us Redfish guys, I don't think they understand how much that means to us. This is a huge stage for us, and B.A.S.S as well. AFCO. My dad, my mom, and Baystar Restaurant Group. If I'm forgetting anyone, you mean a lot to me. And all you guys here, this is awesome. This is probably the biggest crowd I've ever seen standing on a stage in South Carolina. Everyone said it. This place is top of the list, top-notch food, everything, your marsh, fishing. It's incredible.
I've got my whole family out there, my wife, my son Carter, Elizabeth, my mama, and my daddy sitting right out there. And I can't thank y'all so much. They follow me so often, and I appreciate y'all because I could not do it without your support.
Well, you ready? You ready to find out how this deal works out? Let's get these fish up here. Side by side, one of these incredible teams is about to win. They started the day with 20 pounds and 14 ounces. They've got 4 fish. They're looking for 14 pounds, 3 ounces. 15 pounds, 9 ounces. 15, 9, and with 36 pounds. pounds, 7 ounces. Fred Myers and Cody Shivas are the 2023 Yamaha Bassmaster Redfish Cup champions. Hold some of those fish up and show this great crowd how you got it done. 36 pounds and 7 ounces. Fred Myers and Cody Shivas, your brand new champions. There's no one coming after you. Take your time. You're good. £36 and 7 ounces. Myers and Shivas, the 2023 Yamaha Bassmaster Redfish Cup champions. With 36 pounds and 7 ounces, you guys are the brand new Redfish Cup champions. You guys don't have to worry about getting back here next year. You know you've got a guaranteed berth. How does that feel?
Honestly, we came off a really big win before we came here, and I didn't even get to enjoy it because as soon as they told us we qualified for this thing, we were already a nervous wreck driving home from that tournament trying to figure out what we were going to do. I'm going to enjoy this one for a little bit because, you know, this is as big as it gets, and I want to thank everyone out here again, my wife, my family, and my partner, Fred, man. We did everything, I think, right, and this guy was a huge part of all that, and I ain't got anything else to say. I'm going to let Fred finish it up.
Yeah, I got to thank my family. Again, Laura, Carter, Elizabeth, Mama, Daddy, and I got some people at work that kept things going. Stacy Brandon, Bob Bell, Kevin Mason, Nate Marks, all you guys really helped me out and kept things going. I got to thank Cody. You talking about a methodical fisherman, thinking things out. I think if there was a swimming pool up there in the parking lot, he could find that fish in there. And, I mean, it's just takes really, it's a mental thing, and we just work good together. I mean, it's not always fun. It's not always kicks and giggles on the boat because we get serious, but it's all in good humor and to try to win. And I got to thank Power Pole, Lithium Pro, and that Power Pole trolling motor. If you don't have a Power Pole trolling motor on your boat, you got to get one.
Are you ready to make this official?
Let's do it.
All right. They have been waiting, and I'd like to welcome Lucas King from Yamaha to present the trophy. You know how it's done. Hold it high. Your 2023 Yamaha Bassmaster Redfish Cup champions, Cody Shivas and Fred Myers. The Yamaha Redfish Cup presented by Skeeter Boats belongs to Myers and Shivas. £36 and 7 ounces, and Fred Myers and Cody Shivas, you kept this Redfish Cup title in the. Talk to me about that. I mean, with this setup for this event, I have to believe. I mean, I know how people, especially guys, are. Everything's a competition. Doesn't matter if the guy beside you in the treadmill is 85 years old. You're racing him. But I have to believe that in this situation, when you match up against hybrid teams with Elite Series pros, there's a little pride to keep this trophy in the Redfish community.
It is. I mean, us Redfish guys, they'd be lying. We watch these bass guys. I mean, we look up to them. We watch them every weekend. It's the coolest thing. I mean, we had cameras on the boat today and some locals cheering for us for a second. I thought we were fishing a bass tournament, but it was really cool.
And I got to give a shout out to two people I missed, and one of them's here and one of them's not. And they do this for a living, and I got to give a shout out because I'm close to one of them and fairly close to the other one. But Drew Benton and Drew Cook, y'all do this for a living, and I got to say I appreciate y'all. I got a little son that watches. Drew, I wish you were here, but I got to give a shout out to those two, Drew Cook and Drew Benton. They travel together. They do this for a living. Man, everybody thinks fishing is just kicks and giggles. This is serious business. And you two do a good job and deserve it. So Shout out to y'all.
Well, you two did the best job out of anybody. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Get loud for them. We started with 10. Now there is one. That one is Myers and Chivas, the 2023 Yamaha Bassmaster Redfish Cup champions. On behalf of the entire Bassmaster team, our tournament director, Hank Weldon, everybody in Georgetown, South Carolina, thank you. You made this event special. We got to thank everybody at Buzz's Roost, all of this area for coming out and making this event as special as it was. I'm sure we'll be back here again in the future. But I guess for me, do you have any more tournaments this year? You're done. Me and Hank are going on vacation until the first Bassmaster tournament. Not together. But we are going to go, but that's all I got to say. Have a great off-season, ladies and gentlemen. We thank everybody who's tuned into every single Bassmaster event. Thank all the Bass Live camera staff, all the folks at JM, everybody in the home office in Birmingham, Alabama. It's been an incredible season, and we'll see you bigger and better in 2024.